Hi,
hmm
what's up, guys? This is the Slide Job Podcast, Ep.3. The New Hampshire race, more rain yet again for however many weeks that is in a row.
That would be four now.
Yeah, four weeks in a row of just nothing but weather. It seems like it's always the same tracks too, because New Hampshire normally has rain, Pocono normally has a chance of rain.
Yeah.
Chicago having a drought beforehand and then having record rainfall is just because anytime NASCAR goes anywhere, it brings the rain.
yeah. But I did see for Pocono this weekend, there's only a 40% chance of rain on Friday. But Saturday and Sunday should be sunny.
Hmm. Cool. That means it'd be hot, slick, and Pocono might really be pretty good.
It's actually supposed to be pretty cool in Pocono. I think it's supposed to be like 70s or 80s.
Oh, if it's sunny, the track temperature will still be warm.
Yeah.
I mean, I grew up with like an hour away from Pocono. I've gone like 10 times to Pocono races. I think the first one I went to was like 2004, and I saw it was Kurt Busch win. Saw both Denny's first two wins.
hmm
Saw Jeff Gordon win, even though it was rain shortened. Still a win.
2012.
that was a good one. Pocono's always a fun track for me. I think Pocono's a great track. Can get a little bit boring if someone dominates, but no one has the clear better car. Pocono's great.
hmm Yeah, I personally like Pocono because it's like the most unique track on the schedule. Because there are no tracks that are a triangle, only have three turns, and they're all based on different tracks as well. The tones are.
Right. Like, you have Indy, you have Daytona, and then you have Trenton.
It's Milwaukee.
Is it Milwaukee? I thought it was. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure I looked. I thought I looked it up and it said it was Trenton Speedway.
Yeah. Turn one is Trenton. Turn two is Indy, and then turn three is Milwaukee.
Oh,
Because it's 14 degrees of banking in turn one, 8 degrees in the tunnel turn, and then 6 degrees in turn three.
right then. So for practice for the Xfinity race, I mean, other than Casgrala and Ryan Sieg having their issue,
Yeah.
Sieg losing his brakes. I mean, not really too many shocks. I mean, Jeremy Clements up there in sixth in practice is pretty good.
Yeah. Kaz was fourth in practice.
Yeah, he was. Seeing John Hunter Nemechek in 11th in practice just makes. Yeah, I mean, seeing Austin Dillon in 22nd. I mean, cool. Mayer 21st. Mayer had a good car.
Yeah, he was in the top 10, I think, in the race.
Yeah, he got caught up in that one spin in turn one
Oh,
and
yeah.
two.
Oh, yeah, was Sammy Smith basically dumped him.
Yeah. Then I mean qualifying, it's pretty much gonna be like an expectation from now on. See Chandler Smith getting the pole. He always seems to be really fast when it comes to qualifying, but they're just off in the race.
Well, apparently,
Just off.
apparently he was off in qualifying too because he said that was an awful lap, but he still won the pole.
I mean, just because it don't handle good, don't mean it wasn't fast.
I mean, it's New Hampshire, so the car's not gonna be
It-
perfect everywhere.
Car's not perfect. You're just trying to, make it so that it does things somewhat good, and that'll be all right. Not really seeing any shocks. Brett's off 13th. That's pretty good.
Yeah, he had an awful crash at the end of the race, which I felt so bad.
Yeah, yeah, it's not bad. Joe Craft Jr. in the 19. That's like I thought I was going to expect a lot more.
Yeah,
What it felt like.
but I mean, he's this was only I think his third race in that 19 car out of five. So
Yeah, I mean, I just it's the 19 car. It's Gibbs, the Xfinity series. You kind of expect a Sammy Smith where he comes out and it's just you're up there, or even Trevor Bayne, because I
yeah,
mean they put Bayne in the car and he's top 10, top five.
yeah,
It's a Toyota track. It's always been a Toyota track. Been a couple years where when they race twice a year, it wasn't
yeah,
one. I thought Justin Allgaier had the car to beat. And he probably did.
yeah,
And then I mean, didn't do anything rule wise wrong, but like driver etiquette wise, yeah, that was kind of shitty. Like, I mean, in all honesty, you know, yeah, it's not wrong per the rules, but all the drivers are going to be like, "Yo, dude, are you kidding me? Like, come on, dude, just go." It was like the start of stage two. Like, just go, dude. It's not a flight race restart. Just move. Just go through this. Go in the zone. He waited until the last. There was like pixels left before he was outside the zone, and then he went and just stacked everyone, bottom and top. It wasn't even just the top lane that he stacked
yeah,
up. It was everyone,
yeah,
and just took out a whole bunch of people.
yeah. But that's not against the rules, though. He has the right to do it.
Hey, he's got the right to do it, but the other drivers are going to have a different kind of a right.
Oh, I know.
Like
Oh, I know. I already heard Brian Sieg's interview about it.
he was pissed.
Oh yeah,
If I was any of them, I'm pissed. Even if I'm not in the wreck, I'm still pissed.
yeah,
That was just like, I understand it's not against the rules, but Jesus. Like I was watching it and I'm like, Did he not go? What just happened?" Wait, and then they all start wrecking. I'm like, no, what happened? And then they show the replay and the telemetry. I'm like, he just didn't go. Like, okay, all right then. So you play games, and now I hope someone dumps you. You probably deserve it. May not be against the rules, but I think he deserved it. Seeing Sammy Smith win stage two, I like Sammy Smith,
Yeah,
even though he dumped Mayer.
that was after stage 2. That was in the final stage.
Yeah, Red Sox.
Yeah, yeah, he finished second. He held off Sheldon Creed. Yeah,
He,
they stayed out underneath the previous caution.
I'm getting more and more impressed with him. He's not like super flashy. He's not up there fighting for stage wins like that race. Like in stage two. But he continues to get better and better, and you start seeing his name further and further and further up. And that's cool. Josh Williams fifth. Josh Williams was actually really fast.
Yeah,
Like, I looked at it and it said Josh Williams was ninth. I'm like, excuse
yeah,
me?
yeah. He had, I think he had fresh tires.
Yeah, he was one of them that got lucky at the end.
Yeah, I think he still
Punch.
finished top 10 at the end. I think he finished eighth.
He did really good.
Again, I don't know if DGM ever got back to back top tens in their career
It'd
because
be
he
an
did finish.
interesting stat.
Yeah, did that been the first ever back to back top 10 finish for that team? Maybe for Josh Williams' career as well.
It's definitely possible.
Yeah.
Seeing like I I like Rajah Caruth. I think he's a nice dude. He does some stupid shit sometimes. I mean, he does. So I'll be honest here. But dude can race.
Yeah.
He's fast and he holds his own even in Xfinity. He just did like the cars that he gets literally break. Like, how many times do you see like all of a sudden he's smoking and you're like, what just happened? Or he gets involved in garbage like what happened in the truck race at what was it, Mid Ohio?
Yeah.
Wasn't that Dee Haley got in over her head and caused a spin and won, and he was in it?
Yeah. Yeah. I think. Yeah. No. I think it was like tone 9, something like that.
He just has some bad luck. I mean, Parker Kligerman, he was fast, but because of
Yeah.
John Hunter Nemechek,
Yeah.
he's just out of the race, and that was one of the ones that I was like, dude, JHN, please, John, you need to stop. Because you're turning into your former the former driver that was in there in that team, and it's not a good look. We had 1 year of that. We had a whole year of his antics, and he still pulls his shit when he comes down and races in the Xfinity Series. He's turned it into Ty Gibbs. I think the problem is I don't think he's going to keep it under control when he gets the cup. I think he's just going to keep the aggression up, and then he's going to f around and find out, and it's not going to be fun for him.
We'll
I
see.
mean, I just don't. I just think he races like an ass. It, you know, he's fast. He's gotten better. I mean, when he first tried to go up through, he was trash. He had a few glimpses of brilliance, and then they rushed him to the Cup Series, and then he went right down.
That was his choice, I think.
Just I don't care whose choice it was. He made the mistake. He made the mistake regardless. He still made that mistake. Rushed himself up to the Cup Series,
Well, he's
and
learning from.
then
He's learning it now. He's learning from it now.
yeah, he's getting better, but he's just gonna be Ty Gibbs and gonna be the same as Ty. That's just what I see. I just see that happening. Will Ty win races at some point? Yeah, but quite a few guys have to start retiring before he starts winning.
I mean, he's still only 20, so he's still not in his prime yet.
No, he's not in his prime, but I still think that there's still too much talent in the Cup Series that he's still going to have a problem winning. It's going to take him a few years before he knocks out a win. Maybe I'm wrong. I like where Ty's come. He went from being an ass every chance he could get, wrecking his teammates when he doesn't even need it, to hasn't really gotten in any shit throughout the season.
Yeah.
So he's kept it clean ish, but a couple times. But you get a couple times. It's you know, it's kind of impressive. Little shocking. Seeing Justin Allgaier finish seventh in the race after all the crap that he went through,
Yeah.
that's incredible. I mean, Austin Hill, it never seems like he has the fastest car ever. He just continues to get lucky and lucky with how cautions fall, getting track position at the right time. Like he doesn't seem like he has the fastest car ever. It's just that his crew gets everything done.
Well, that's what it takes to be a champion nowadays.
He wins like the first three, like three of the first like six races, and then doesn't win another race. And that's he's gonna have to start rattling them off later in the season before he can start trying to win a championship, because unfortunately not winning the last race of the season is probably not gonna you're probably not gonna win the championship. Pretty much have to win Phoenix every season unless it's the Truck Series. Because for some reason the Truck Series, there always seems to be the chance that they don't win.
Well, Zane Smith last year won the race and the championship there.
But it was at one point in the race where none of them were leading, and I think it was forget who was leading, but it wasn't one of the Champ Four, and it would have been just weird that didn't win the race and still won the championship, since every other season it seems to be that the winner of that race wins the championship. I mean, last season the championship for Phoenix was between like wasn't it like Truex that was just in the lead most of the race?
Last year?
I'm pretty yeah, last year. I pretty sure it was like Truex that was in the lead most of the race.
No, it was Logano mainly.
Because it seemed like it was those two, and then the other two were nowhere close to fourth, third, and fourth most of the race, and then at the end, Ross just made a massive charge and almost beat, almost got Logano. he almost got him, and if he would have done that, might be the best run at the championship I've ever seen.
They would have to get around Blaney, but Blaney would have probably try to fend
Oh,
him off before Logano.
Blaney was blocking his ass off. He knew. Like I gotta do everything I can to keep him behind me without it looking like I'm intentionally doing it. Like to the edge of the gray area, he was pushing. Mason Massey, 10th. Top dude.
Yeah, back-to-back top 10 finishes at New Hampshire for him, I think. Because I think he finished top 10
Nice.
last year.
Alex LeBay, 12. That's another good one.
Oh, yeah. He got lucky with that crash on the last lap.
Yeah, yeah, he did.
I think Patrick Emily finished 14th.
Yeah, that was the next one. That was the next one I was looking at. Yeah, I mean, a lot more action in the Xfinity race. Had the wreck at the end on the final lap. Was it Austin Dillon and
On the last lap, it was Cole Custer and Sheldon Creed.
oh, it was Cole Custer, Sheldon Creed.
Yeah, Creed was trying to clear Cole Custer by trying to run him up the track, but Cole was hanging on his right rear, and then he just got loose and then hooked him in the right rear into the wall.
I'm thinking of the one that
Yeah, earlier with
yeah, that was earlier.
Austin Dillon, Wally Hopes.
Yeah, I was the
Basically,
same situation.
basically Wiley trying to clear himself off the 10 and hooked it.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of what that's pretty much what Sheldon Creed did.
But it was I think it was a worse extent for Hopes than Creed.
Oh, I mean, I think Herb still finished ahead of him, so
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
no, no, no. Wait, hold on. Let me go back
I,
to
th-
this.
I think Hopes finished 22nd, Creed was 21st, and then Custer was 20th.
Yeah, I mean, he still finished the position better and a lap ahead.
Yeah, because Hopes his front end was destroyed.
Yeah, Creed. That was stupid. Well, it was stupid for both of them.
Yeah,
But I mean, final lap. I get it. Cup race, rain on Sunday, but I mean, we kind of went into the right after Atlanta. It was pretty much we knew.
yeah,
Like you could see the forecast. You're like, okay, well, this is going to
yeah,
be probably a Monday race.
yeah. I knew from a long way away. You'll be like, yeah, they're not gonna get it in.
Nah,
But
uh,
apparently I saw Junior was not happy at all because he wanted to see him. He's like, I remember watching a little bit of his podcast. He was like, we bought the tires here and we prepared the cars for the wet weather. Why we didn't use them?
yeah, that's weird because like if they said like they had to get the race started by 5:30.
Yeah,
They called it at noon.
I thought it was earlier than that.
It might have been earlier than that.
I thought it was like quarter to 11 or something like that.
I don't know exactly when I got the notification after I got up,
Yeah,
and I got up at like 11:30.
yeah,
So when you looked at the radar at 4:30, the rain was out of the area of the track.
yeah,
So if you guys just waited,
yeah,
dried the track off a little bit,
yeah,
throw the wet weather tires on it, and go. you
Yeah,
would have had the race in on Sunday with
yeah,
no
but
problem.
I think from what I saw, they had a flash flood warning and a tornado watch.
But
So like,
they had a
so-
tornado watch. I mean, all you have to do is just use your judgment, and figure that one. Once all the rain moved out of the area, it was like nothing else here. There's nothing else coming. It's clear from now on. It actually got sunny. The sun came out in New Hampshire at like 5:30, which would have been the last point that they could have started the race and finished
yeah.
it. So it literally got sunny when they still had plenty of time to get the race in. And it's like, please stop doing this. Like, why do we do all this testing and everything just to not race on Sunday because of rain early in the day? They would have started the Atlanta race an hour earlier. They might have gotten it in.
Yeah, or if they would have waited before they called it, they probably would have gotten it in that night.
I mean, it was what, 10 something when they called the race?
Yeah, it was like 9:58.
Yeah, like at that point, it's not like, we're not in the era of, Montoya jet dryer restarting a race at 2 o'clock in the morning. You
Yeah,
know, we're not there anymore, unfortunately. I mean, I would love it if we were,
yeah,
because I'm all here for 2 a.m. races. And imagine like all the international people that don't stay up for those night races. They're gonna wake up, it's gonna be 8 a.m. and they're gonna have NASCAR on. They're gonna be like, "What?
yeah,
Cool." Just be nice, just a little leeway. I'm surprised they got practice in. Michael McDowell. Hell if I know how he got up there, but he got up there.
He was
Fastest
two
in
one
practice.
thousand. He was 2/1000 of second fastest in Truex.
And what's crazy is Ross, third in practice. Where were you, dude?
He qualified in the back.
Kyle Busch having his lovely issue. Hit
He
the
had
wall in he hit the wall in practice.
he had an awful weekend.
He really did. He just
Like
never had any of it.
it's like anything that could go wrong for him went wrong because he wrecked in qualifying. Uh, didn't he? I think he wrecked in practice too, or something happened to him in practice.
He
Yeah,
hit the
yeah, he
wall
hit
in
the wall.
practice.
Yeah, I remember he hit the wall in practice, and then he wrecked in the race.
Yeah.
Apparently, New Hampshire hasn't been good to him lately because I think that's 3 years in a row now, maybe four. They've had some sort of issue at the track.
Well, we all remember NASCAR throwing the green flag, and it's literally been steady raining on the
Oh
racetrack.
yeah, that was
They're like 3,
2021.
4 lap like 3
Oh
laps.
yeah,
It's just
oh
steady
yeah.
raining. And they're
I,
like, "Yeah, let's go and throw this."
yeah, I remember that now. Yeah, that was 2021. That's where it basically started. And I remember he was trying to keep his composure too because he didn't want to, he was so frustrated.
Oh, I would have been too, because like you can't tell me that that pace car cannot see that there's drops on the windshield for all of pace laps. Like they started and under the pace lap and it was a mist.
Yeah,
And then it slowly became a rain. And it's like you guys literally did 5 pace laps. 4 of those had rain. You made it 1 lap because everyone was slow going into turn 1. First full speed lap, everyone everyone missed it. Uh, NASCAR does it, and then Daytona.
Oh yeah.
If there's fans sitting in at the turn one end, and I can tell you, you're still like 100 yards from turn one.
Mhm.
If you're sitting in those seats and it's visibly raining in video, it's visibly raining right there. Because over on the other side, they weren't feeling it. You could have been at the exit of pit road and not been feeling it. But there was pictures, there was video of the lap before of it raining over there too.
Yeah.
At least they're just trying to make it better, and it's not working.
Yeah, because they're being babies about it.
Yeah. Newman should have just stayed retired.
I mean, he's driving a Rick Ware car.
Still should have just stayed retired.
Well, technically, he didn't retire.
Well, he kind of retired. He's semi-retired.
Didn't hear the words out of his mouth
That's
though.
what it
So
says. That's what it says on online. It says semi-retired NASCAR driver. I think that's funny. Qualifying, Bell Truex. Didn't expect anything different. Bush wrecking in qualifying is pretty much the only real issue, other than Byron power steering. Still qualified good, but that qualifying lap hurt though.
what did?
No power steering around New Hampshire. I guarantee his shoulders were raw after that qualifying lap.
He still out qualified two guys because he started seventh.
Yeah, kind of expected AJ to be up towards the front
He
in
was for a little bit.
qualifying. No, I was just thinking like qualifying wise.
Um,
He's always been really good at New Hampshire. McDowell 17th. Where that lap time at, boy? What happened to you?
I really hope you weren't expecting him to qualify in the top 10.
I mean, you show up in practice. I'm assuming there's something there. Gotta show me more than 17th, man. Come on. He was only a tenth and a half off, so it's not terrible.
It's more complicated and complex than just, okay, you ran this lap in practice, go do it in qualifying. It's more complicated than that, dude.
I know it's more complicated. Cole Custer and her Rick Ware car.
He actually, when he did that two-touch strategy call, he was actually hanging his own on his own there in the top 20, in the top 25.
Then he kind of came back down to reality. Stage one. There's just going to be a theme to this. Stage one, two, and the race. Truex. I'm not even talking about him because any race that he wins is boring.
At least this one was a little exciting at the end.
It got a little bit interesting at the end, and then after the first restart, Truex knew what he was doing and knew the grip level and just drove away again.
Apparently, there was some drivers like shifting all around the track, and he was at the very beginning he wasn't shifting at all.
Yeah, mighty sus. Thought Byron was gonna have something for him.
Yeah, he was up front at the very beginning in stage one when he took that when he made that two-tire call, and then he just fell off like a rock. Like
Yeah,
I didn't see him again after stage one. Finished 24th. And New Hampshire has been a good track for him anyway, too. So
tricks with stage two. Larson started to get really better, a lot better after stage one.
yeah, he
It
was
was
fun.
like maybe he's gonna do something here.
Yeah, he was coming up through the field pretty quick. Well, not pretty quick, but he was getting through the field. I felt
Harvick,
so bad. I felt so bad for Eric Almirola though.
yeah. I
The
mean,
one the the one time that he actually was leading SHR, his pit crew lets him down.
right.
The
And
one
it's the
time,
track.
yeah, the track that he stole the win in 2021 from.
Harvick was really good all race. It wasn't. I don't think he was a winning car.
He was kind of like Lawson. He was making his way through the field at a methodically pace. He got up to the top five at the end, but I think
Yeah.
he had a good long one car.
Click next. Thank you.
Yeah, mainly. Yeah, the Chevys have been besides Kyle Larson, Kyle Busch, William Byron. There's someone else. Wash Chastain. Chevys have been kind of non-existent. They might have won most of the races, but it's not like Austin Dillon. I don't expect him to win, but Daniel Suarez, he's been a little disappointing this year. Like Chevys are just
Yeah.
and Ford's the same way too. I mean, Ford is actually worse than Chevy this year, and they only won two races.
Yeah, it's interesting what's going on. Like it seems like it seems like this is the Toyota stretch, and then once we get into the playoffs, it's the Chevy and Ford stretch.
Yeah,
Because when was the last time Toyota won the championship?
2019 with Kyle Busch.
Exactly.
That was at Homestead. Because Chase Elliott won 2020 in a Chevy, lost in 2021 Chevy, Joe had gone 22 in a Ford.
Yeah, it's interesting. I
So,
mean,
so basically, Phoenix is the problem.
it is a problem. And for as long as Phoenix is the final race of the season, Denny Hamlin will never win a championship. He
even though he
won't.
did, even though he did win there in 2019.
For the past how many years, Phoenix has not been good to him.
Three, technically two, because he was in the fight there at the end of 2021 before that caution came out. He had some for Truex.
Uh, we know what happened there. Someone's pit crew had a better idea.
Yeah,
I didn't think he was going to win.
that would have been really cool though if it played out like how it did. If Lawson would win 9 races and not the championship, people would be like, "Oh yeah, this thing is flawed." Crap.
That might have been the only way that we would have a different system now. If basically two seasons in a row, a driver
Yeah,
wins 9 times and doesn't win the championship, NASCAR would have to do something.
yeah, but knowing them, probably not.
Who knows? We have the Noah Gragson, whatever we want to call it, era right now of he just I don't know if he just sucks or if the cars he's getting sucks because he's 32nd, he keeps having issues, and Eric Jones is 11th. So
I think it's the car because Ty Dillon did the exact same thing last year.
yeah, like it's crazy that he's just non-existent.
I mean, I honestly didn't expect him. I mean, I expected a little more out of him, but I expected him to be better than what the 42 was last year.
Absolutely.
But
Like,
I think in the owner stand or the driver standings, he's actually behind Ty Dillon right now.
I mean, he finished Ty Dillon. Just crazy. Like, he's just non-existent.
I mean, I just expected him to be, maybe not right up there with Eric, but maybe like a little behind them.
Clayton just said, absolutely both. Gregson's bad and the car's bad. Thanks, Clayton. Yeah, I mean, I hope that he starts to show up a little more. I mean, maybe with Toyota, they'll be better.
I think they'd be better.
They should be. I mean, I just really hope that this is the last season that we have to watch Jimmy Johnson struggle. Like, just stop racing, dude, please. Because all that good that you did, you are literally ruining everything. Every last bit of what good you did in your career, you are putting the biggest stamp of shit right on top of that. At the end of that insane career, you just this is the last mark I'm gonna leave. And it stinks. As much as I hated Jimmy, because if it wasn't for Jimmy, my driver would have been a bit more would have won more championships. And the problem with it is he also is the one that found, basically got hired, and owned his car. Gordon, his own downfall was himself. That's that's terrible. All the championships and wins he could have had after that. And imagine Jimmy Johnson in something other than the 48 though. Like, I don't think I could.
Yeah.
This race, it's weird. There's not like any real surprises up at the front.
I mean,
Like,
he had Eric Jones in 11th.
yeah, I mean, Eric Jones in 11th, but we all know that he's capable of that. I mean, he won a race last season.
Yeah. If you give him a car that could drive.
I mean, shit, Busher won a race last season.
Yeah.
He won Bristol. I expected more out of AJ.
Yeah.
19th.
After that spin, he never really recovered.
It that's terrible because I really 100% expected him to be like a top 10. He's got a good history at New Hampshire. Chase Elliott, look, I mean, everyone's gonna have their own opinion on Chase Elliott. Obviously, if you're a Chase Elliott fan, you're not gonna agree with this, and don't come into the comments and start throwing hate. Please don't. Even I don't care how many people watch this. If one Chase Elliott fan comes into the chat and starts yelling, I'm going to cry because you guys need to stop. He is not Chase Elliott. He has slowly he stays kind of consistent. He doesn't not finish many races, but when he does finish races, he's not they don't have the speed ever. He'll get lucky and get, finish top 5 every once in a while, but other than that, he's just been, like, 8th to 15th, and it's not gonna get him into the playoffs. I don't think he has the speed. I don't think he's gonna beat Watkins Glen is his best shot. I don't think he's beating Larson. Honestly, I don't think he's beating Denny. I'll throw the Trackhouse boys in there. Maybe Busher, McDowell. Brad is normally pretty good at Watkins Glen. AJ. I I I just don't see it happening. He's gonna have to really they're gonna have to do something to that 9 card to get him into the playoff. Because if they don't, he's not making it. Don't have the speed to do it.
I feel like he's not gonna make the playoffs either, but some tells me he's gonna find a way to back into a win at Watkins Glen or Daytona, and then make the playoffs that way.
Oh, I think we're gonna have. I think it's gonna be the opposite of what happened last season. I think it's gonna be chasing Larson, and he's gonna dump Larson for it. 100%. I mean, it's got to be that way. We all know how pissed Chase was after that race, and what
Oh
Larson did wasn't even that bad.
yeah,
The only person he had to blame for going further back than that was himself because he missed the S's and
yeah.
got passed. You know, he was right in second. They made a little bit of contact.
Yeah.
G Money will not like that because we still argue about that to this day.
Yeah.
But hey G Money, you won the championship, so I'm not gonna give you the finger, but the finger's implied.
Well, I mean, to be fair to Elliott, Larson locked up the right front, which he wasn't expecting to lock up the right front.
Right. I mean, I wasn't expecting that. When I saw the smoke, I was like, uh-oh.
And
Because
plus,
I thought he was wrecking them both.
yeah, then I don't understand Chase's frustration, but he really didn't. I mean, he cost him the win, but he fought back to finish fourth.
Right. But I mean, you can't say you can't blame that on Larson. You messed
Yeah,
up the rest of the race.
yeah. I saw the onboard. He moved Reddick out of the way at the end.
Oh
Like
yeah, he was
he sent him. He sent
pissed.
him in the turn 6.
Just completely pissed. Well, we already did talk about Pocono. Pocono coming up. It's going to be cool because it's all 3.
Yeah.
We do have that one little glimpse of hope that something crazy can happen like last year, where we saw a car flip at Pocono, and how many times has that happened?
Like, that's the first time.
I don't think it's the first time it's happened. I think
Well, it's probably not
Michael
the first.
Waltrip Michael Waltrip flipped in turn 1
When?
Pocono, like the 90s. Uh, maybe it wasn't the 90s. It was like the 30 car.
Not the pencil car.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the 90s. think that was like
I
early
mean,
90s.
it was a crazy flip, crazy race. Both races were good, except for, well, actually no. I wanna say except for Denny being Denny, but well, I mean, eat that last place.
They only had one race last year.
I know, but that was the race that Denny and Kyle Busch got pinched and disqualified
Yeah, because the
when
tape on the
Chase
wheel.
won. That's the only way Chase is making the playoffs this season, is
Which
if
some,
something like that happens.
yeah, and then everybody be having an outcry like they gave Chase the win and all
Oh
that.
yeah. It listen, NASCAR Twitter will have a stroke
Yeah, NASCAR's
if
fanboy backs into another one.
oh my god. NASCAR Twitter would have like an end of civilization event. Like it would be the end of the world if that happens and Chase locks himself in with that. Oh my god. And I will be sitting right on Twitter just watching all of it roll down my screen. It will be a glorious day. I'll hate it because he's not making it past the first or second round. But I do like to watch the world burn, so at the same time it would be pretty fun. But yeah, I mean, Pocono's been the surprise every season the last few seasons. It's been really good racing. Last few years, it's been fun watching the cup races, watching the Xfinity races, truck races, the truck being back at Pocono again.
Well, they never really left Pocono.
Well, oh, it was Xfinity that left Pocono.
No, they never raced Pocono either. It used to be just Cup only until 2010. Then they bought the trucks in, and then they bought Xfinity in 2016.
Oh, oh, okay, makes sense. Yeah, I mean, been to Pocono plenty of times. It's a cool track to be at, except if it's raining,
Mhm.
because yeah, there's not a lot of protection. You really have the grandstands, and that's pretty much it at Pocono. I think it was, I think it was Dover I went to, and that was pretty cool. Even though Jimmy won, which I went into that race having just a small idea that that was what was going to happen before I even left. Before we left for the race, I'm like, I told my mom in preparation, like, hope you know who you're probably going to see win here today. And lo and behold, it happened. But I did see Logano flip in turn three,
Yeah,
so that was cool. Even though I was a fan of Logano at the time. I don't know. I'm excited for Pocono. I'm more interested to see. I want Watkins Glen. Watkins Glen is the one where things could really get turned around. There's a few guys that could, punch their ticket that are pretty good at road courses. I got Suarez, Brad, AJ, and possibly Chase Elliott. So four guys with no wins that need to get things going. Or well, I mean, Brad's in, Suarez is in, barely.
yeah,
AJ's fighting for it.
yeah.
I think those four are probably good picks. I don't know who I would pick to win the race on Sunday though. I'm honestly gonna say Larson or Ross. For that would
Watkins
be
wins.
no for Pocono.
Oh, Pocono.
Larson's good at Pocono. Ross has been good at Pocono.
Mm.
Either that or it's gonna be a surprise JGR driver. Because they seem to be a little sneaky at Pocono. I think Xfinity is probably going to be Austin Hill. I can't really I don't know what other person I would pick for for the Xfinity race for Pocono. Like Austin Hill is the one that comes out to me as the one that would probably do the best at Pocono. But I can't rule out like John Hunter, Sammy Smith, Chandler Smith probably. Allgaier might be sneaky too. I think Barry will probably be up there. I mean, other than that, I think it's going to be Austin Hill. A little cocky, but sometimes it's good. Just got to back it up now. And got the truck race. Any one of the top 6 drivers in the truck series. That's who's going to win.
Well, Kyle Busch is in the field too.
Ah, right, I forgot about that. Well, maybe it'll be Kyle Busch. It might actually be Kyle Busch.
Yeah. Also, Caden Honeycutt's gonna be winning a 4th niche truck.
He's gonna be decent.
I see him winning top 10, maybe top 5.
I think if it's going to be anyone, it's probably going to be Kyle, Zane, Rhodes, Eckes. I don't know. Other than that, trying to think of who's normally good there. Maybe Friesen. I think that might be a possibility. I think Deegan gets a top 15. Maybe. She might. Other than that, I don't know. We are at 58 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I mean, there's not really a whole lot to talk about other than what we've talked about. Do you have anything else? Other than what's his name?
Brody Kostecki.
Yeah. I wasn't gonna remember that name anyway. I mean, Van Gisbergen is, one of the best. He's still pretty good. He's one of the top ones in V8 Supercar. So maybe. I'm not saying he will, but I think he's probably got a shot at the top 10, top 5.
Yeah.
But he's going to find out real quick when they go into turn 1. You can F around and find out, and you didn't F around. So I don't care once we get to that point. once we get to that race, I'm not making a prediction for that race because there's no way in hell anything is going to be right. That race can look like a sure thing on the white flag, and then it ain't. But yeah, I mean, I don't have anything else.
Me neither.
Well, I guess we'll end it there. If you guys liked the episode today, hit a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. Hopefully, at some point soon, we have an actual channel for this, and it's not my channel because I'd like it to, be its own channel, but make do with what we got. Yeah, probably be back depending on rain Tuesday, and we'll run the Pocono podcast on Tuesday, probably like 9 o'clock. Thing. I don't know what you're doing, so we'll run it whenever you're good.
We'll see.
All right. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys later.
See ya.